Game number 2.
In the bottom center.
SK Telecom T1 INnoVation.
Wow, look at you. He wasn't even looking at the screen when he did that.
No, I don't usually when I cast. I'm mostly just staring at Ro16's doe eyes.
That's a depth of knowledge seen in my eyes.
Yeah, in the upper left.
GNL Green Wings Terminator.
It's like the Matrix. Tasteless just reads my eyes and says what's going on in the game.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my god, it's the probe in the red dress. It's putting down the pylon. So.
Solar's cheesing again. It's a glitch in the Matrix. Like, well, we have bottom spawn and upper left spawn. This map is, you know, we've seen a lot of it, but I think a lot of players are not crazy about this map.
Yeah, I don't like love the map, but I absolutely don't hate the map. And I thought I would hate the map, but it's a good map. Like, it's,
yeah, well, it also makes
it's got
for
its
very
problems
specific
for
kinds of
imbalances.
games, so.
Yeah, it's like not a perfectly balanced map by any means, but it's a. I like the map overall.
You got to talk Ro16. I got to blow my nose. I'll be back.
All right. Well, right now, Tasteless bent over getting some tissues. Gonna go ahead and blow that nose. Ah, there he goes. 1 blow, 2 blow. Looks like he's pretty much all set. Oh wait, no, 3rd blow? No.
No, that one's the wipe.
Yeah, that was the wipe.
That's how
I thought you were going back for a 3rd blow.
That's how I keep my Tom Cruise nose very
I was like,
clean.
but you have 2 nostrils. How can
Yeah.
you do 3 blows? That doesn't even make sense.
What you don't know is I have a blowhole on top of my head like a dolphin. No one had seen it because it's covered
And
up
I
by
thought
the
that was
headset
just a
that I wear.
bald spot.
Yeah, no, it's a. I just randomly like squirt water out of it. Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
yeah. I'm gonna give somebody that's watching this a nightmare tonight, man. That's freaky.
No doubt. Okay.
Okay, so I got to tell you about a. I got to tell you about a dream I had, and I'm totally serious that this happened to me. I'm completely not kidding. I had this 2 nights ago. It was one of those dreams that was so vivid I had to write it down. I dreamt that I became a Dota 2 pro gamer, but and
your girlfriend actually told me about this, but this is great. Please.
So in this dream, okay, first of all, it was epic Dota, great game, but I dreamt that I became a Dota pro gamer. But in order to become a pro gamer, I had to go to a secret cave where I cleaned vending machines that sold Dota 2 T-shirts. That was like my train. I kept being like, when do I get to play the game? And they're like, this is Dota. You got to show your commitment first. And I was like, wow, okay. I was like, this is kind of cool. These guys just clean these vending machines, and one day I'll be a pro. But you know, first I got to clean. And then I woke up and I'm like, whoa.
That's. I guess that's the Valve machine right there, man.
Yeah, I had that dream.
This is how they have so much.
It was a
money.
good dream too. I mean, I was enjoying cleaning these vending machines. You know,
it's good to know if I ever get vending machines.
Yeah. All right. Well,
gets a kill with that. That's nice.
We have maybe got a little bit of scouting here. Again, this game sort of mirroring the early phase of the game, and that brings me to the point that I want to highlight. When I said before this match started, I said I think Terminator has to do something kind of drastic and punish his opponent. We don't see that yet. You can still squeeze that in here, though.
Yeah, he might.
Since Terran's doing a similar build, you still
got a hidden pro.
To do that.
This could be a DT drop. Ooh. If I had to guess, I think it's going to be that. I mean, actually, yeah, there's nothing else that's popping in my mind that this could be other than a DT drop. So we'll see about that. But, I mean, I guess he could go Oracle right now, but that'd be really weird. Terminator is one of the only players that might have a build like that. So,
well, I think you might be right, Artosis. I think this might be... just judging from where that's built, it's such an obscure location that it'll just never, ever be scouted.
Yeah, that's a very low chance of that being scouted in this game. You would have to go awfully long. Okay, so it is actually Stargate. So
you almost said Starport.
I do that a lot, actually.
That was one of the things.
It's like the Robo Factory just finishes making.
We've been calling it the robotics facility or the Robo Bay or whatever. We've been calling that wrong forever.
Yeah, I don't even know.
But we say it with such conviction that nobody challenges us.
It's the Bay or the facility. One of them is one.
I don't know.
The other.
I actually don't know. I don't even know which one's what in Brood War. I actually forget.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what I do, because I take like a lot of notes on build orders and stuff. I don't even write it. I call them Robo and Colotech. That's like my abbreviations. I don't even know what's going on.
Colotech. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah.
Colotech. Wow, that's a pretty good scout.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
That won't help him against a hidden Oracle.
That's true, though. It won't help him at all against an Oracle. The Oracle's going to get right in there.
There ain't no thing up there, man.
Start wrecking and shrekking. top decking. People are like, no, don't say that. This is StarCraft. You can't say that.
Well,
all right, well, this Oracle, I think it's going to blindside INnoVation, and this is exactly the kind of play I think Terminator's going to have to pull out if he wants to.
Well, as long as he doesn't scout this, and look, that probe is in a superb spot to scout this Marine that the Oracle may have flown over, giving INnoVation the time to block this, but he's not going to block this, is he? No.
All right,
this is going to do a lot of damage.
Death from above.
As long as he executes this right, he's going to get quite a few SCVs. Ooh, it's already off.
It's already off.
He could have had another probe, another SCV easily.
C- play.
Well, he's still going.
Oh, hold on, C+. We're getting in. Whoop. Okay, still C+. Oh, look at this. Your GPA is...
Yeah, this is actually good. So that's 6 SCVs, 2 Marines.
A solid B.
He could have gotten one more SCV, but you know what? That's fine. He's doing a good job with these, and he's gaining a lead right now.
All right, salvages those. Clearly the threat is not at the Terran's front door, but from the skies. Yeah, not quite getting in there and doing the damage he needs to do.
Yeah, but I would say the damage was still good enough that he should be at least okay with how this has gone.
No, he's fine. Yeah.
It's like, you know, he wanted like a free win off of this, but he can transition to a normal game from here, absolutely. Well, I mean, the first like couple drops could be a little bit tricky to deal with, but he's even bringing his Oracles back. He has a Mothership Core with a bunch of energy. He's even making an Immortal, which is really, really important when you do other techs with the Robo. So, yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be completely fine here going into a macro game.
Oh, wow, that's... I thought he was going to get the Oracles for a second. I'm like, that's one way to do it, I guess. You're dropping the Oracles. Like, so Terran makes a third here, and I have to say I'm a little bit surprised he's making it just right over there since the Oracles can go over there and mess that up.
Well, I think he thinks the Oracles are going to stay at home on defensive duty.
He's taking that robotic support payout, as Artosis calls it, the Collie Tech, or
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower. That's really weird he calls it that. It's really, really weird.
That is really weird.
Yeah.
That was a nice pick off on the call attack there.
Yeah, it was. I mean, oh, please scan.
He doesn't know there's an observer there.
Well, it's not uncommon to have an observer right outside the base, so. Oh, he's going to come in here. He's going to assassinate, or not assassinate, but try to get that Immortal. Uh-oh, see? Tasteless was right.
Yeah, that definitely does make it a little bit annoying there. Good thing that that's out on the map, but still, INnoVation doing some very nice damage with this. He doesn't care at all about this. He's just trying to pick off as many units as possible.
I feel like I'm watching Maru or Marine King or something, but...
It's a very good job. And, you know, I feel like he's done enough to kind of come back into this right now, killing off some tech and getting one of the Oracles at least, picking off some units here and there. But still, I don't think Terminator's in a bad spot. He's got double forge. He's got 1-1 now.
All right, looping around here into the main. This is, you know, this is going very nicely here for INnoVation. He does have his third base up. That, command center is finished, whereas Terminator doesn't have a third base whatsoever. So there's only two ways this game can go. Either Terminator expands shortly here and plays from a deficit, or Terminator powers on two bases and tries to beat INnoVation in a tempo game, essentially.
That pylon tells us he wants to take a third. Yeah, and in fact, he started 2-2. He started charge. I think that's the right choice, because I don't think he actually has any window to kill his opponent because of losing the Colossus tech. Like, if you had 3 Colossus right now, which you absolutely could have had with this build, if you, like, spent your Chronos right and, you know, hadn't lost that Colossus tech, you could have, like, 3 right now and maybe do an attack that might do something, but in a situation like this, absolutely not. So it's better to back it up.
He's getting a War Prism, though. I mean, are you sure he's going to take a third? I'm sorry, is that actually a probe?
He literally can't attack until 2-2 finishes. So if he doesn't, this is a really...
Oh, no, never mind.
Really weird build.
You were right. He's going to take a third.
Well, that's good, because if he was waiting for 2-2 to finish an attack, INnoVation's going to be maxed out against like 150 supply and just laugh. It's like, yeah, I guess you're 2 upgrades up. Cool story, bro. Just kills all his units.
Well, we might have the expansion actually get shut down here. I don't believe there's actually any adequate defense.
No, he's in some trouble, that's for sure. He's going to have to cancel
it. That Nexus is going to expansion hell.
This is likely going to turn into a 2-base attack now that we were kind of just joking about. Thing is, his army isn't even big enough to do it. I don't even know. This is like really tough. I mean, it can work. This is what I'm looking at. This army down there on the low ground, that looks like something Super would use to win this game. So maybe maybe he could do it.
Best way to describe that ever. Well, I mean, this sucks because this is sort of a. It's like there were a few small things that INnoVation did perfectly, and this basically means Terminator does not have a late game here.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, it's what we saw INnoVation do is not a strat, guys. He just happened to go over there and there's nothing defending the third base, and Terminator had to cancel it. So it's like, well, I guess you're just really behind now.
To be fair,
yes,
he has 2-2 against 1-1 right now. So
that is something.
That is like upgrades don't exactly equal like an expansion, but like they still give him a fighting chance. Like 2-2, that is an advantage right now that can keep him alive to the point where his macro kicks in and he can actually be a 3-base player. So, still definitely a game.
Well, what do you think? Would INnoVation just wait for this Nexus to complete and then just try to attack in?
I think he waits for. He can't go before 3 ghosts. Like he needs to make a little clump of ghosts. And the Ghost Academy just finished, so that's probably the most important thing because he scanned. He saw that there were High Templar, and without Psy Storm, this army is pretty worthless right now. It is just not good enough. Those SCVs really like that other SCV.
Yeah, they are.
It's like the Tasteless SCV and his 2 groupie SCVs.
Yeah, man.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look how cute this is, man. Look at that. They drew straws, and he's like, I'm the Marauder that's behind the pylon. All right, well, we have Medivacs and Marauders and Marines just sort of in control of the map, I guess you could say. Let's see where this game goes. Terran is actually almost maxed out. We have those 3 ghosts about to pop. Do you think he's going to pull SCVs with this, perhaps? He could. It's INnoVation. I mean, he does that a lot.
I don't think so, though, because when you're playing against Psystorm, that becomes very iffy. But look, this is really smart by Terminator. He is getting 3-3. He's got a lot of Immortals. He's got a Warp Prism that he's utilizing for some High Templar. We don't see that often anymore.
That's actually an old strat from Brood War.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Keep the Templars in there because it's just harder to EMP. It's harder to snipe them.
If it gets sniped, you're going to lose, but it gives him much better defense against EMP and snipe.
You also got to be careful because the Vikings can shoot it down too.
Yes, exactly.
And then, I mean, that kills stuff. If all those Vikings will kill that War Prism fashion, Storms will, kill Marines.
But hey, if it helps him to get like 1 or 2 Storms off on that army, he can absolutely hold on against this attack. Absolutely, and he's about to have 3-3. If he can delay till 3-3 as well, I mean, this is a situation where he can win this game. Absolutely.
Okay, the ghosts are coming out.
Being up 2 upgrades is huge.
The question, it's all going to come down to the EMPs versus the snipes and storms here. So,
not the greatest. Not the.
Oh! There you go. Get him at an angle he's not even expecting. That was sick.
That was really
now
nice.
120 supply to 167 as the next warping round is coming in. Terminator, though, not in a good position, really, if you look at it.
Yeah, look at this. He's using that choke right there to really screw up the Zealot pathing. The Zealot's not getting any surface area, but we do have a flank of High Templars coming in. A couple of Marauders trying to stop them, but in fact, we have so much muscle here.
That's what a super upgraded Protoss army is. It's been powering for that long.
Dude, that is the ground pounder army right there, really. There is so much muscle in that you almost don't even need splash damage. You get a little bit of splash off, and bam, you have ridiculously high hit points and damage output.
Now, it's funny because
pretty cool
he's
stuff.
Pushing Terran back. Terran's at 169 supply, while Protoss is at 134. But so far, Terran's had some pretty good push potential. But with just these Immortals left, and by the way, it takes forever to get those Immortals out. It takes like the whole game. So.
Well, he just came in and EMP'd those.
Yeah.
I wish that he had not chased, because he was on 3 base with that many Immortals. He actually would have been fine if he didn't chase, but now I think he's dead. Oh.
Yeah. I can't blame him for chasing. I see why he wanted to do it. He was hoping to push him all the way back since he had a little bit of an edge, but probably better to power up and then try to push forward here.
Yeah. Like, imagine if you had 5 more Immortals and, like, a couple other units here. Easy hold.
Well, it's really easy for Terran to restock the army here, whereas for Protoss, it's a pretty big uphill journey,
And that's it, GG.
GG. Well
right.
played. INnoVation 2-0's Terminator. Look, Terminator's still very good, but he did not have, I think enough guile in his play, enough technique. It's sort of like INnoVation just was a little bit more solid, kept the lead. And because of that, he got ahead and stayed ahead and won.
I'm still going to say Terminator and Dark in out of this group.
Okay.
I think after watching that, I'm like, okay, Terminator made like a couple small mistakes here and there. I don't think he'll make them again. I think that what he'll do is clean up MMA in his next match, in a loser match.
Yeah.
And then Dark should be INnoVation, I would say. And I think that he can take out INnoVation in a rematch. I really do after watching those games.
Well, he's going to have to play a little bit better than we saw in those games.
Yeah,
Lately, he's been playing very well, but compared to what we saw in that last game, he'll have to mix it up a little bit. We're going to go to a short little break. When we come back, we'll be going on to our second best of 3 in the round of 16 here at the GSL Code S.